Good morning.
Good morning,
Hi,
Suzanne.
Suzanne.
How are you guys?
I feel hungover, but I'm not.
That's what
We
I
went
was
to
gonna
a
say. I don't
yeah,
even
we
drink, but we
we
went to
went
a
to a
wedding and I
wedding
still feel
last night,
hungover.
and like I didn't really have anything to eat at the dinner, but we had dessert, and then we came home and had like cheesecake, and I feel like sugar hungover.
Well, we went out yesterday. We had like a little brunch. Chrissy Farrell wanted to have a little brunch celebration. So Amanda Rose Smith and Jennifer Blom and Sarah Malo Christensen were there. So we went to this Mexican place. I had two frozen margaritas, like in the middle of like at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, which is really not my MO. Um, and then I came home and I was like, oh, I'm almost out of food. So I picked up a hot dog with all kinds of stuff on it. And I was like, oh my God. This morning, I'm like, you don't even want to think about getting on the scale. And it was like the same thing. Like, I feel like I have
Yeah,
a food and drink hangover. And we
I
had
think
all
we're in
this,
the same boat. I think
you know,
like
had
because
a,
I had two drinks last night too, and then just like too much sugar without like real food. I had like some bread and there was a mashed potato martini bar, which sounded really like not good, but then I looked at everyone else having their mashed potato martinis and it was really cute. So I had like all carbs
yeah,
and no sustenance, and I
right,
just feel terrible this morning.
yeah. So, but I'm like, I woke up at a decent hour this morning, took the girl out, and I'm like, I have a class that's starting at noon. Um, and I was like, you know what? The apartment is filthy because I've been so crazed. I'm like, so let me just start cleaning stuff and I'll take a shower before my class. I'll just like be in the right headspace, you know?
Yeah, that sounds really good. I am starting my day with this meditation. I went ahead and slept in, and I'm hoping that this will get me off on the right foot.
Yeah.
What a way to start May.
Yeah.
I didn't
It's,
realize until just now that I looked at this. It's May 1st.
yeah.
Woo! May's my favorite month. My birthday's at the end of the month.
Oh, what's the actual date?
May 29th.
Okay.
Yeah. It's nice. Sometimes it falls on Memorial Day, but it's
Yeah.
always around that weekend. So usually, you know, summer is beginning and it's a really nice time to have a birthday.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning, Robin. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Your birthday kicks off the summer.
It does. And it's funny because when I was a little kid, I always thought that, well, I mean, I guess technically it's kind of in the middle of spring because like it kicks off summer as far as like the school calendar year goes, or, kind of when we think of summer as beginning for like holiday reasons. But spring doesn't really end until whenever the equinox is in June, like halfway through June. When I was a little kid, I always thought that like that's where the calendar started. That spring was the first season and that I don't know, like I always thought that January was like the January and February were like the end of the year because I thought it went by seasons. I didn't really understand that it went by like months and the actual calendar. So I think of my birthday as really kicking off the year.
You can think of it any way you want. It's your
Yeah,
birthday.
I mean, it kicks off my year for sure.
There you go. We may be light this morning.
It seems like it. I'm a little surprised because we had a few people that planned to join the group, and I don't see any of them on here yet.
Well, Sundays are a little tough to get going sometimes.
Yeah. I'll give a couple extra minutes just in case. Um, we've got a couple people, I think that we know, that said that they would like to join. Let me see who we had on here that was new. We have one theatrical friend from youth. We did theater together in high school. She saw it on Facebook and wanted to join. It's another person from another group. And then there was Shannon Parks. I think we know her. In the audiobook world. Here comes Lori. Hi, Lori.
Morning.
Good morning. We're just waiting a little extra time here because we had a few new folks and none of them have joined yet, but they had specifically asked to start. So I just want to make sure that we give a couple minutes in case they're going to be joining us this morning.
That sounds good. I'm still giving my husband that evil eye, Come sit your butt down. Look,
You'll get him one of these days.
he just said, fine.
Really? Is he going to join?
Yep.
You can give him the link and he can join on another computer like Chris does.
Just say good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
We'll just give 1 or 2 more minutes. I know that's running a little bit later, but we'll still be done within about 25 minutes. Does anyone else have something? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said, we can't really complain because I woke up at 7:55 and I'm surprised I'm here. Huh.
Oh, you in a time zone that you woke up just like right before this?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
in Central. So it's 8:00 for me. And
Gotcha.
I have this habit now, which is interesting, but I wake up at just right before meditation. And I'm
That's
like,
nice. At least you don't
I-
miss it. Yeah.
yeah, my cats love it because now I'm on their schedule.
The one thing that I'm really thankful for is now I don't have to run out the door after meditation.
Yes.
Go to the
You have
office.
such new, exciting stuff going on in your life. With your big schedule change and your job change and all of it. It's gonna be an exciting rest of your year.
Well, that's another reason why when I found out that Matthew Lloyd Davies class started on May 1st, I'm like, that's a sign right there.
Yes.
Emily, did you have a lot of people that were new that were interested?
We had 3. Actually, we had 4, but I never heard back from the 4th one once I got her email address. It was sent to me, but then I didn't hear back via email, so I didn't end up adding her to the list for sending out the links. So we have 3 who had said, yes, I definitely want to start this. So I don't know if maybe they didn't, they lost track of the days and didn't realize that today was the 1st. Sometimes people sleep in or just didn't get something on the calendar. So we'll see. I'll send them the daily reminders and we'll see who of that crew shows up. But if not, it'll just be us. And I am fine with that. We've got a good thing going. So yeah, I feel like each month we might have, 1 or 2 people join. And I think that's nice. I think it's nice just to have this space I really didn't have any plans for this to go longer than 30 days, but like I said, it just made such a big difference. I don't want to let it go. Well, it is 9:10, so I say we go ahead and get started. And if anyone else peters in, they can do that. I guess you peter out, you don't peter in. Never really thought about that, but if anybody else wanders in, then they can join in. So let's go ahead and start bringing ourselves to center. And our focus for this month that I'm going to have us keep coming back to in the readings or quotes, and that I can kind of, remind you of before we go into meditation, is abundance. And what abundance means to me, and what I think is useful to kind of focus on, is a sense of expansion and a sense of possibility. We have a tendency to limit ourselves with our own thoughts and beliefs before anything in reality actually even limits us. So one of the great ways to look at abundance is, if we think that something's not possible, that we don't just accept that immediately, that we remind ourselves that there are greater possibilities than we can even imagine. There is an entire universe of, how trillions, quadrillions, whatever, gazillions. I mean, the number is beyond anything we can count, of atoms that are just constantly bouncing off of each other in new and different patterns. And we have no control over any of it. And all of it is possible. And it's so much bigger than we can even wrap our heads around. So to think that we know that something is not is kind of just not correct. Like we have no idea what possibilities abound out there. So that's what I like to think of when it comes to abundance, is removing those sort of limits that we place on ourselves and recognizing that the universe is a completely abundant place and that any possibility exists, and sort of living our lives and moving forward with that, coming from that foundation. So that's sort of what we'll be talking about and focusing on this month, just through the quotes and things. But if that helps you as something to meditate on, then go for it. And I'll sort of remind us of that before we move into meditation each day. So bringing yourself to center, and perhaps if you choose a sensation as your anchor, to choose a sensation of expansion. Or perhaps if you choose a thought, to choose a thought that removes limits. Or if it's an image, something that grows. And just bringing yourself to that. And as you focus on today's anchor, today's meditation, ground yourself in that sense of expansion. So we come inward and we find that point. And you've been doing this for 30 days now. So once you find that point, see if you can allow it to grow. And it's not that you start focusing on multiple things around it. It's that that point actually expands. So you're still focusing on just the one thing, but it becomes bigger. And something that I like to do sometimes with this is, if I'm focusing on, say, one of my chakras as that physical sensation, I'll start to imagine that it expands to the rest of the chakras. And then I'm focusing on the entire column of chakras as one thing instead of just the one. And then all of a sudden, I'm focusing on my entire body as one thing. and just feeling the sensation of existing in my entire body. And then I start to move beyond my own skin and I start to feel the sensation of the room. And as you move farther and farther out with that sense of expansion, you start to realize that you're part of something much bigger, and you can feel it in a way that's not mental. You're not thinking about it. You're sensing that you are a part of something much larger. So I don't know if that will help a little bit during this 15 minutes, but let's play around with this new way of kind of expanding that anchor point and recognizing that sense of abundance for about 15 minutes. We'll do a tiny bit shorter today just to keep on schedule. Sinking into that and allowing it to grow. Back into the world and into your body, into the present moment, but continuing to feel that sense of expansion, to carry it with you throughout the day. And our quote for today is, let me find it. This is from Paulo Coelho, South American writer. When you want something, all the universe. Oh, wait, I don't know if Paulo Coelho is a South American writer. He might not be who I'm thinking of. I should probably look that up to be sure before I go telling you all that. I think that's right, but that's his name. He's definitely written some great stuff that's very kind of mystical and magical and beautiful. And here's a quote from him. When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. So that is the kickoff to our month of abundant meditation. And I look forward to exploring this topic with you all.
Thanks, Emily. Have a great day, everybody.
You too.
Bye, everybody. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good day.